What's going on, YouTube? It's NoChainzz, and I'm back for another commentary, and we are back for another episode of my Cincinnati Bengals connected franchise here at Madden 25. And in this episode, we will be facing off against the San Diego Chargers, who are 3-8 and have the 31st ranked defense. Let's see if our offense with Andy Dalton back can actually take advantage of this bad defense who hasn't been playing well. But we are 8-3 right now. We are playing good football. We won two big AFC North matchups last week versus the Ravens and the Browns. But we are still neck and neck, right at 8-3 with the Steelers. They're playing some really good football. They have revamped and got a lot younger on defense, and that's really paying off for them. But there's Andy Dalton coming back from injury. He was gone for a total of 6 weeks. Let's hope he's not rusty at all. But to get him started, he's going to find A.J. Green for a first down and 10. Andy Dalton back to pass. Going to find A.J. Green for the touchdown, who is in the race for MVP and leading the NFL in receiving yards, which is very, very good for him. And the Chargers are without Phillip Rivers. That's probably why they're 3-8 on the season. They have Brent Sorensen starting, but they still do have Danny Woodhead, who picks up a nice 21-yard gain that time. They're handing it off to him again. He's going to cut this one to the outside, and he'll be brought down after another chunk of yards. And they're in the red zone now from the 17-yard line, 3rd down and 6. Sorensen's going to go to Keenan Allen, but he will be pushed away by Vincent Ray, and they will settle for a field goal. Andy Dalton has the ball again. He's going to A.J. Green, who seems to be open on every play. But after a sack, we're facing 2nd down and 26, and Andy Dalton will throw an interception to Carter, and it looks like he will go all the way. So Andy Dalton throws a touchdown and comes back on the next drive and throws a pick 6. And that is very characteristic of Andy Dalton, very inconsistent. Can throw a bullet pass for a touchdown and come back the next drive and throw a terrible read for a pick. And right after they get the ball back, after they scored a pick 6, he throws another one to Ingram. And that will set the Chargers up with very good field position. So they're going to hand this one off to Danny Woodhead. He's going to cut this one out to the outside. Got really good blocks downfield. And he will get into the end zone and give his team the lead, 17-10. Well, actually, they already had it. But Andy Dalton's going to find A.J. Green. They're trying to roar back and get back into this game. And A.J. Green is already over 100 yards. That time, Dalton fires one into Tyler Eifert. And from 2nd down and goal, we're going to play action. You guys know we like to run the 2 tight end set from the goal line. And he will fire this one into Tyler Eifert. And he gets his 2nd touchdown pass of the day. So all is not lost for Andy Dalton. He can still salvage the day and get a win for his team. But Brent Sorensen throws a beautiful pass to Keenan Allen. The hall monitor hasn't been playing good coverage this year. And then they're going to go to Royal, and he will come down with a touchdown as we will be going into halftime. So Brent Sorensen, actually not that bad of a backup. As you guys see, he's had a couple of very nice throws. That one was one of them as well. But we're not giving up. We still have about 10 seconds. Then we get yet another chunk of yards to A.J. Green. That will set up Mike Nugent for a field goal as time expires, and it is good. So without that play from A.J. Green, the Bengals would have been going into half with a 10-point deficit. Instead, it is a 7-point deficit. The run game for the Bengals is pretty much non-existent, only 39 yards. We were really excited about Giovanni Bernard coming back, but he hasn't played that big of a role. But here's Sorensen going to be intercepted as he tries to go downfield, and that is Access Denard, as Darquez Denard comes down with his 7th interception of the year. So the Bengals have the ball back. We're going to Giovanni Bernard. I just said that the run game was non-existent, and there is Giovanni Bernard with a nice stop juke. He now has 70 yards on the day. So play action for Andy Dalton. He's going to go to a wide open Tyler Eifert. He nearly gets into the end zone for a 2nd score of the day, but instead we're going to go toss from the 2-yard line to Jeremy Hill, the rookie, and he will get into the end zone. We love Jeremy Hill's contribution on the goal line this season. He's been playing very well in short yardage situations. But there's Andy Dalton trying to make his day a little bit better after throwing 2 interceptions. And we're going to get a comeback route after the spin move, go for a touchdown. And that is the big play ability of A.J. Green. You guys know Andy Dalton doesn't quite have the deep ball that we're looking for to use A.J. Green how we want to, but A.J. Green is able to get the yards after the catch and make some big plays, and you saw it that time. But they're going deep to Keenan Allen, and he will go up over the defense of the hall monitor, then throw him down on the ground, and then get into the end zone. Wow, that is a great play I have never seen the hall monitor get abused like that, but in most of his matchups, he does give up a few inches because he's a short cornerback. Nonetheless, still does play good coverage for the most part, but that time he got embarrassed. But Andy Dalton has been on a straight-up tear in the second half after throwing those 2 interceptions, and he had completed 11 passes in a row prior to that one, but that was a drop by Ryan Whalen, so it really wasn't his fault. But here's a screen pass to Giovanni Bernard. He picks up a first down. We are trying to break the tie of 31 with a field goal from Mike Nugent, and he makes it. He is usually not very good, but he makes that one, and now we lead 34-31. Let's see what we can do. The Chargers using the screen of their own, going to Danny Woodhead, and he will pick up about 15 yards that time. So 2nd down and 1, they're going to Eddie Royal, and he will be hit by Darqueze Dennard, and he will fumble the ball, but it will roll out of bounds. So 3rd down and 6 for Sorensen, and we get a nice pass defense by Darqueze Dennard, and he's been playing very well today. But nonetheless, they tie the game back up at 34. The Bengals have less than a minute to break the tie, and here's Andy Dalton with a 9-yard rush that time. 3rd down and 4 with 25 seconds left. Andy Dalton's rolling out, and he will take the sack. And we will have to punt the ball, and they will not be able to score, so we're going to overtime. So let's see what we can do. The Chargers ended up kneeling on the ball as we took it to overtime. But the Bengals win the toss, and we will be receiving to start off the overtime period. So let's see what we can do on offense. Andy Dalton has been playing well outside of that last drive where he had to take a drive-ending sack. But we're starting this drive off easy for Andy Dalton with a screen. And there's Giovanni Bernard breaking this one loose for a nice gain right there. He is up to 8 receptions already. And there's A.J. Green. Nobody wants to cover him. He is up to 250 yards. We get a nice pass to Ryan Whalen. He tries to stop Juke, but takes a big hit from Eric Weddle that time. So from the 7-yard line, Andy Dalton's going to Jermaine Gresham. Game-winning touchdown throw by Andy Dalton. Flawless, and I mean flawless drive by Andy Dalton in this offense to win this game 40-34 in overtime. The Chargers never even got a chance to get on offense and try to win this game. You guys know with the overtime rules, a field goal will not win it anymore. You have to score a touchdown, and the Bengals did just that. 4 touchdowns and over 440 yards for Andy Dalton, man. He is playing great. Well, he did in the second half and overtime, I should say. In the first half, he had a rough time, 2 interceptions, one of which went for a touchdown. But I see why the Chargers were ranked 31st in the league in defense, because they allowed 89 receiving yards by our running back with 8 receptions, 250 yards by our star wide receiver A.J. Green, and 2 touchdowns. And then a solid day for Tyler Eifert as well. So now the Bengals move on to a record of 9-3. We now have the 4th ranked defense and the 8th ranked offense. Andy Dalton, I gotta say, even though he threw 2 interceptions, he definitely made a difference. But we are facing off against the Indianapolis Colts. They are 4-8 on the season, so they're not playing too good right now. And one could predict that is because they are without their starting quarterback, Andrew Luck. Instead, they have Matt Hasselbeck, the savvy veteran at quarterback, playing in place of him. But let's see what Matt Hasselbeck can do against this number 4 ranked defense. And right off the bat, getting beat in coverage is Reggie Nelson. I don't know why I even blitz anymore, because he does not cover anybody whenever I do blitz. But on 3rd down and 1, they're going to Trent Richardson. He breaks this one out to the outside, and the Indianapolis Colts take an early lead in this game, 7-0 over the Cincinnati Bengals. And we don't want another upset. You guys know the Bengals play to the level of competition. And once again, Andy Dalton takes the field, trying to mimic his success without the 2 interceptions last week. And there he throws a risky pass to Ryan Whalen. He picks up a first down, 2nd down and 6. We're going over the middle to Marvin Jones. He tries to spin this one upfield, but nonetheless still picks up 19 yards. So Andy Dalton back to pass, 3rd down and 9. He will be sacked, or not sacked. Well, he will be hit as he threw the ball, and that will result in an incomplete pass. But we will have to punt, and Terrence Newman will catch this punt at the 3-yard line. So let's see if they can engineer a 97-yard drive. Instead, Matt Hasselbeck will make his first mistake of the game, intercepted by Daniel Manning, and that will put the Bengals at the 35-yard line. Very good play, reading the quarterback and seeing exactly where the ball was going to be and making a nice catch. And a lot of people make plays on the ball but don't end up catching them on this defense. That time, Daniel Manning did a very good job. So A.J. Green is wide open on the right side of the field. He will be brought down at the 1-yard line. So Andy Dalton hands this one off to Giovanni Bernard, and we will tie the game up at 7 off of the turnover. Very nice drive by the offense after the very effective takeaway by the defense. So we are tied up at 7. First down and 10. They're going to Trent Richardson. He will take this one to the outside, and will be brought down by Reggie Nelson. He is a very good tackler, but not that great in man-to-man coverage. But anyway, Geno Atkins brings down Matt Hasselbeck for his second sack of the day. And on third down and 18, Matt Hasselbeck is under pressure again. And this time it will be Carlos Dunlap bringing him down for a sack. So the Bengals get the ball back. They face a third down and long themselves. And they're going to find a very wide open Marvin Jones making a great play and picking up the first down. And there Andy Dalton will be tackled in the backfield by that's Robert Mathis. And he will be hurt again, and he will not return for this game. And you guys know who that puts in. AJ McCarron, and he does the same thing he did when he came in last time. As soon as he comes in on the same drive, he throws a touchdown to AJ Green. That is a very nice play and throw. I mean, geez, that was a very nice touch pass by AJ McCarron and a very nice route finding a soft spot in the coverage by AJ Green. And you guys saw number 23 Davis. I think that's Vontae Davis. He tried to step up and cover the middle, and that left AJ Green wide open. And like I said, a very nice lob pass by AJ McCarron, man. And I'm really excited about him, but I'm just not sure if Andy Dalton can come back next week that I should still keep McCarron in, because I'm not sure if he's ready to play in the postseason if we make it. But Andy Dalton hasn't really showed me he's able to play effectively in the playoffs at a high level, but I'm not sure if a rookie, say for example, if we get to the Super Bowl, that it will be too much for him. I'm not sure if it will or not. But anyway, AJ Green beats the coverage of number 20, and he will get all the way to the 1 yard line. Very nice pass as we are going into halftime. We call a timeout. We're going to pass because we're out of timeouts, and if we run it, I don't think we'll have enough time to get back to the line. And AJ McCarron throws his second touchdown of the day to Tyler Eifert. This guy is playing so well right now. AJ McCarron, man, he had 4 touchdown passes in one game. And the next game, I think he did pretty well too. But, man, this guy, I'm really excited about this guy. I'm not sure if I want to start him, though. If we make the Super Bowl, I'm not sure if it will be too big of a stage for him. Although he has played in national championships and we've seen him perform at high levels in those big games, I'm not sure if he'll be able to do it in the NFL. But if it comes down to it, he will get the shot to prove himself. But anyway, we get a very nice return by Brandon Tate, and that will get the offense very good field position. We're going to cap off this drive and increase our lead with a touchdown run to Giovanni Bernard, and that is his second of the day, I believe. And he is playing very, very well, better than he has played over the last few weeks. But the Bengals lead in this game by 21 points, and the Colts are trying to come back. They find Dwayne Allen on the right side of the field. 3rd down and 3, though. Hasselbeck will be brought down for a sack by Geno Atkins, and that is his 3rd sack of the day. They can do nothing with him. They will settle for a field goal, but the Bengals will not be able to do anything on their offensive drive after the field goal. But we will have to punt it back to the Indianapolis Colts. And there's Dwayne Allen again. Ray Maluk getting beat on coverage. Now Matt Hasselbeck is back to pass. He's going to find Colby Fleener over the middle with a diving catch. But we are in the 4th quarter now. If they want to win this game, they have to make something happen now. But here's a very nice play by Vontaze Burfict, making the big hit in the backfield and making them settle for a field goal. So now they are down by 15 points. And AJ McCarron's on the read option, and he will be tackled out of bounds. I think that might have been a late hit if you ask me. But anyway, Giovanni Bernard is up the sideline with a nice stop juke, getting us to the 19-yard line. We have a chance to increase our lead. We're going to read option to AJ McCarron. Nice block by Giovanni Bernard, and the nice cut on a dime by AJ McCarron. And he is doing it all right now. He gets the rushing touchdown to add to his 2 passing touchdowns to AJ Green and Tyler Eifert. He has completely mastered this offense in such a short time. He's playing very, very well. And the Bengals walk away from this game 10-3 after a victory versus the Indianapolis Colts. And I believe that score was 35-13, 2 rushing touchdowns and 117 yards for Giovanni Bernard. This was a completely dominant performance from quarterback to quarterback. We didn't lose any production. AJ McCarron played well. Andy Dalton was playing well at the time where he got hurt. And then Giovanni Bernard also tallied over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. AJ Green had a very very nice game. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Geno Atkins got 3 sacks, and I believe Carlos Dunlap got 1 as well. So completely dominant performance over a team that we should have beaten. So I'm not very surprised by this victory, but I am happy and relieved that we did not play down to the level of competition. But I believe that's all I have for this episode. We are now 10-3, and guess who else is 10-3? The Pittsburgh Steelers, and we'll play them next week. Let's see why they're so good and why they are 10-3. And this game could play very, very crucial to who wins the AFC North. So you guys don't want to miss that. We are only 3 games away from the playoffs, and I'll see you guys in the next episode later.